Well, Manso, Clay Ferrer here on Local10.com with your Local 10 Web Extra, and extra special meaning for Jay Ajayi for a second straight week. Yeah, he's amazing, isn't he? Ride the Ajayi train? What are you whistling?
Miami Dolphins.
Oh,
Miami
one,
Dolphins.
number one? Yeah, well,
Miami
Jay Ajayi's number one on the rushing charts the last 2 weeks. Clay, do the Dolphins, we'll get to the Dolphins as a team in a moment, but have they found a superstar in the making of Jay Ajayi? Too soon to say that?
I think maybe it's a little too soon to go superstar, although perhaps he has that potential.
Fourth ever.
Incredible.
Back-to-back.
It's unbelievable what we've seen, and I really like the guy. I love that he was very stand-up when he got benched in week one. I would love to see him become that guy. I think what you're seeing right now, though, is a combination of him playing really well. Also, the last 2 weeks, you saw the offensive line finally back and healthy again. You got the starters out there. So you combine those two things, plus the teams they've played, looked at all the film the first few weeks, said, oh, these guys can't run the ball. We're gonna load up against the passing attack. Let's see if they can keep this up after the bye week before we start to crown him a superstar yet. But I do love what I've seen these last 2 weeks.
He won't get 200 yards every game. I think we know that. But he's gotten them in back-to-back games. And I think what I've seen from Ajayi is what you need in a star back. And this is a league that you have a lot of by committee, and we've talked about it over and over. I think Ajayi has the ability to be that guy because he runs hard and he recognizes the hole. If you are a running back and you get no holes opened up as the Dolphins' offensive line, you're going to see the struggles that we saw. You just mentioned it. But with this unit healthy, opening up holes, and Ajayi having that ability to make that cut and find that hole and run hard and put his head down and drive through tackles, I think they've got a special one on their hands. I really do, especially if the O-line stays together. Now let's look big picture. Dolphins are still 3-4. There's still a long shot to make any kind of run at the playoffs, given the AFC the way it sits now. But they're playing better football play, and that's a positive sign moving forward.
And I think that with a new coaching staff, you add that they're playing better and they're gaining confidence in that coaching staff. And now you get into those meeting rooms and you start to think, wow, what these guys are telling us is working. And so it gives you a little bit of...
You buy into it.
Sure. And you start to not... And I'm not saying they weren't working hard before, but it's a little different when you have that added boost of, I know what these guys are telling me by taking that extra step is going to work once we hit the field, and I know it's going to make me money in the long run when the other teams across the league see this on tape. So I think it's a little added juice that when they've got this bye week, I think it changes this preparation over the next few days, the next, what do we got, 13 days now before their next game. It makes things just a little bit different and a little bit better in those rooms to where you can build off this going forward.
I think what it does as well is it shows you that Adam Gase has a clue, a little bit of an idea, because 2 weeks ago we're having a conversation here. The Dolphins are 1-4. I tell you that they are at best 2-5 right now, and likely 1-6, given the two matchups of very good teams they had in the Steelers and Bills coming up in back-to-back weeks. And here they are now at 3-4, going into that bye with the Jets coming up after the bye. Dolphins are in position now. Look, when it's all said and done, if they're 8-8 again, I know people are going to say, oh, they're 8-8, they're an 8-8 team, they're the same team they've always been. But if they do it in this way, where they're building in with the Gase's system, and you see the younger guys develop, all of a sudden it's a positive move forward. And as a Dolphin fan, that's all you can ask for. That'll do it here on Local10.com. Again, the Dolphins with the bye week, and then they'll take on the Jets.